everyone, welcome to the Lines and Tarot. Look, I'm doing this because we just found out that Miss Stunt Queen Chen has decided that he was engaged with one on the way. All right, so then not too long before I started this, I actually found out he's already officially married and that his wife is 7 months pregnant. So girl, we have a lot to go in on, like talk about. Before we get started though, I do want to say a few things, so I'll put a timestamp in the info box below if you want to skip this small little short discussion before the reading starts. Okay, so I did want to say I actually knew all of this was going to happen because my sister actually asked for a reading about Chen last year, and she wanted to know why there were so many people that kind of disliked him within the company. That's a whole nother subject, but there actually is or seemed to be, according to the cards, a bit of disdain for him within the company, believe it or not. And when I was reading on him for her, I kept telling her, like, well, I keep seeing this woman that they don't seem to be fond of. There's a woman that they're not fond of and that they don't really like. She seems to be an older woman. I don't know if Chen's wife is older than him. I don't know anything about this woman. So you guys let me know if more information comes out, because, I mean, y'all found out that she was pregnant already 7 months and everything. So this older woman who seemed to really like him, or seemed to really be getting in the way at one point. But for whatever reason, this was a woman that they kind of didn't really like. It's a whole situation. Anyway, so because I was reading on that for her, I ended up telling her that Chen was actually going to get married and have a son. I also then had a dream about this not too long after that, but this was all in last year and not this year. So this came about, and I'm actually extremely shocked because even though I read on things and I say things, I'd never really actually believe it unless I see it. So it's really shocking to me, but we're going to go ahead and get into this reading. So Chen, or Kim Jong-dae, step into the den. Here we go. So we're going to do this romance reading on what, how him and his wife's relationship is going to be, what they're like, kind of just get into that. I've already pulled cards because I just didn't know how long this was going to be. But I pulled cards if I can remember what they were for. This is basically how their relationship will turn out. You know, what will become of it, why. This is Chen's feelings towards his wife, and then his wife's feelings towards him. So let's kind of start off with Chen's feelings towards his wife, and what's going on there. So we have Chen. Chen seems... Okay, so we have the Miser, Romantic, and Rush. I didn't pull any tarot, actually, I should. Miser, Romantic, and Rush. And it seems like Chen is actually kind of focusing on saving up some money. And that's probably why homeboy got to work last year. I don't know how long they were dating, but I guess that's why he went to work. And remember, I don't know if any of you who watch my lives, I always said Chen is kind of a little bit of a gold digger. I know he's rich, but he's a gold digger. I think miser would probably be more of the word that I'm looking for, because he's always seeming to be storing money and also outside of fan service, trying to save his own money. So we also have the Romantic and we have Rush. So this is already Romantic, Rush, and Miser all together is telling me that unfortunately it looks like he's rushing into this relationship because of his feelings. Also, he doesn't have or he's trying to gain the finances in order to stabilize his now family. Yeah, this is like almost like a rush to gather everything that he needs. And even with Rush, it's like the coin is tied to his foot. So I don't know how much money this man is making, but it's not, it seems like he doesn't feel like it's enough to really support his family. So he's worried about how much time that he has to continue to make or earn money. He's worried about how much money that he has that will actually be able to sustain his family. Yeah, we also have passion, honeymoon, and religious factors here. So yeah, this is interesting. Even with religious factor being overrushed, because I believe Chen is Catholic. So definitely with him getting his possibly fiance, but I don't know. We've always joked that they've always been married, like, you know, especially with Jumin and Chen, that they've always been married and had families. It's just the energy that they gave off. So I don't know if he actually just completely tied the knot recently, or he just started off by saying, hey, I'm engaged, but the truth was he's been married. I'm not sure which way that goes. But either way, I do see with Rush, it's probably something that he just decided to do. And it's because of these religious factors. So if he got her pregnant before they were actually officially married, he's definitely marrying to make sure that he takes responsibility for basically what he's done, what they've done, and just be able to take responsibility for the child that they decided to keep, or she decided to keep. So yeah, honeymoon, passion, honeymoon, miser. So yeah, he's definitely concerned about money to take care of this wedding, take care of their honeymoon, take care of his wife, take care of his kids. It's just a lot that's actually seeming to kind of come at him at one time. And he's also rushing to take care of it all at one time. Like, he's trying to do everything now. Like, he's like, boom, we're in there. Like, that's kind of what is going on with him right now. Okay, so from her point of view, how does she feel about him, and romantically, and just kind of what's going on there? Oof. So we have, let me make sure you guys can see this. We have ambitions, hope, but we also have boredom. Okay, so I don't know if this is her waiting, like maybe she had been waiting for a long time for this to happen, and she was getting very tired of waiting for their marriage. But it seems like she initially had high hopes for their relationship, and she expected more sooner. That's what it looks like to me. I'm also seeing a bit of anxiety along with this boredom, like, oh my God, like maybe things are coming at her a little fast as well, because of the way this calendar is kind of ripping through. Like, it's like almost to me like everything is passing so quickly without her having any time to really think about what's going on, you know? So that's what that kind of makes me think of. For the romance cards, we have under ambition, we have stay optimistic. Hope, we have give your relationship a chance, and boredom, let go of control issues. So I don't know if she does have control issues, but it says allow things to unfold naturally. This also, when I see this, it actually makes me think of someone sitting on the toilet and kind of getting that you're pregnant kind of thing and gasping. That's what it makes me think of. I don't know. I know this is going to sound messed up. Please forgive me when I say this. But the pregnancy could have been a stunt to sort of push their relationship into the right direction. Dang, that's messed up. But that's kind of like how I see it. Like, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because I actually fully support Chen and his wife and his kid, soon to be kid. I'm very excited for him. I'm very excited for their relationship. But this is just kind of what I'm seeing and feeling like. It's like a mixture of a surprise, but also something like that was sort of either deliberately done so that they could get married, and they can finally start a family. Like almost like maybe she had been waiting on the side for a long time, being his girlfriend for probably a long time. I don't know how long they were together, but probably, you know, a long time, maybe a few years. And she's like, this is not going anywhere. And in order for it to go anywhere, we're going to need to start a family. I'm going to have to, you know, and then I think it's like when it happened, it was like, oh my God, this really happened, you know, and I think that's where let go of control issues it comes from. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. I think it's more so like, almost like an advice romance card, as if don't try to push something that's going to come to you naturally. Don't try to, you know, do certain things just to make something come quicker, as how this, like I was saying, the calendar is very important to me here. It's like she wanted things to move a little faster than it was. As well, like I'm seeing, like just she was just bored. She was just completely bored in the relationship, because not that she doesn't love him, I don't know, but you know, not that she doesn't love him, but it's more so that almost feeling like being in the relationship by yourself, you know? Yeah, it's some interesting things kind of going on from their part. I kind of want to pull more cards, actually. I wanted to ask something. How does she feel about being pregnant when she found out that she was pregnant? Is there anything for how she felt? Just 2 cards. Yep. Balance. Here we go. Balance and bondage. So it's like she did feel like she was sort of evening things out. She thought that, I feel like she, and everyone, please take these readings with a grain of salt. Nothing is fact until proven. But yeah, it seems like she felt like she needed to even out their relationship. Like if he had a kid to come home, he's going to come home. Like if he had a kid, he's going to come home. If there's a child to come home to, Chen is going to come home. And I feel like she's like, that was what she was thinking. Like, I need to give him a baby. We need to have a baby, because if we have a baby, we're going to get married. He can finally settle down. We can finally be happy together. Bondage. The baby is what is going to bond them together. You know what I'm saying? And this is where her thought process is coming from. And see, it's like, on this, it's like, it's talking about, with the angel and the devil, it's kind of like both negative and positive intentions behind that. And a little bit of the more negative side is coming through even here. Because it's kind of like, again, with the let go of control issues, it wasn't something that was necessary to do in order to obtain what you wanted. Okay? I do hope it works out for them with the baby, though. So yeah, that's what I have from her side. She wanted him to settle down. She wanted that man to settle down. Homegirl was probably over it. Okay, so let's go ahead into the future of their relationship. So the words okay, so the first word I have is abandonment. The next word is alignment. The third one is indulgence. The fourth is disassociated, female source. Let's see. You know, they may not make it. They may not make it, and you know why? I think once she gets... Okay, here's the thing. I feel like once she gets him and he's like, I'm here, I'm going to be with you, I'm going to take care of the baby, I'm going to, you know, be your husband. I feel like without the excitement of what he does in his career, I don't think he's leaving. I hope he doesn't leave because I need another album. But I feel like she's going to get bored. Almost like once he's actually at home all the time, you know, and because it's like abandonment, alignment, and indulgence leads to disassociated female source. So I feel like it's just like once she gets a hold of everything that she wants, especially without kind of letting it unfold naturally, like it seems like her angels were telling her, let it go, let it happen how it's supposed to, because of this rush. Once she gets into what she wants, she's gonna be kind of like, wow, this isn't really turning out how I wanted it to be, how I wanted it to go. Why does this? Why this is? I pulled cards for how will their relationship turn out and why. Oh, what is up with these money issues? So okay, so it's like responsibility. The reason why it ends up the way it does is responsibility, wisdom, and wealth. Okay, so these three things, to me, like I said in the beginning, Chen is kind of worried about having enough money to make sure that his family survives, to make sure that his wife can have a beautiful wedding, they can have a beautiful honeymoon, their child will be able to be taken care of. He's worried about money, and it seems like that's going to be one of their biggest issues if they decide to separate, because I see abandonment more so from the wife's point of view. So I do see her stepping out, like leaving or attempting to, or just being like very detached. And that's because of the responsibility that is placed on her. And this could be the responsibility of a child. It could, yeah, just taking responsibility for her actions. I do see, I don't know if she would be a vain person, but I do see her upset at her weight gain with the pregnancy as well. Wisdom is here, and I feel like it's more so just not having the foresight to see all of everything that comes with marriage and pregnancy. Also not being sure or having enough money to be able to live comfortably and safely as an idol, and as her being a non-celebrity. Pregnant with a celebrity's child. So it's a lot of things that come into play, and it seems like the responsibility will actually be something that is going to stress her out a lot, especially while being pregnant. So this is something that they need to really watch out for. He needs to make sure that she is taken care of, that he's there for her. I'm not sure about this boredom this boredom and disassociation that keeps coming up. So I don't know if that's specifically with him as a person, or if that's boredom of being at the house or by herself, or, you know, feeling like she waited so long. And I don't know if he's going to leave the company, if he's staying, if he's going to continue to promote. But on one hand, if he does continue to promote and he's busy going overseas, that I can see where the boredom and disassociation will come from, as well as him staying home after being so used to kind of getting the little crumbs that you get, or, you know, getting what you can from him traveling, and then being able to come home for 1 second. Maybe once he's constantly there, there's no fight, there's no work to, that, you know, sometimes that kind of keeps you entertained when you're like, dang, my man is so wanted, or my man is so busy that, you know, it's hard to get a hold of him, but when I get a hold of him, it's great. And then it's just like, if you constantly have them there, it may be a case where she's like, wow, this isn't really as fun as I thought it would be. You know what I mean? I hope y'all kind of grasp what I'm trying to say. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. But that's kind of what I see for them. Like I said, trouble in the water, mostly coming from her side of realizing the intense responsibilities that she will be having to deal with as a non-celebrity, as a woman who is pregnant by a celebrity, finances, especially if something would happen and Chen no longer works for the company. So worrying about money and finding jobs, especially as Chen is a celebrity, it's not going to be easy to find a regular job and be able to stay there because of his own status. So it's a lot of things to take into account, and that is going to be one of their biggest hurdles, and that can literally make or break their relationship. But for right now, even though he's completely rushing into this, he's rushing into it on, well, I love her. He's like, I love her. This stuff happened. That's about all that there is. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah. He's like, it's time to grow and move on. This is growth, sorry. He's like, it's time to grow and move on. I love her. She's pregnant. We're getting married. Boom, I'm stepping into adulthood. She's like, I just want the man that I love, and I'm tired of waiting. We're going to see how it goes, guys. I wish them the best. I hope they have a strong and healthy family. I hope they have a strong and healthy relationship. I hope they communicate well with each other. I hope they take care of each other. And I really hope for the best for them as individuals as well as a family. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know in the comment section if you have any other questions. Let me know any other suggestions of any other people you want me to read on, whether they be couples, whether they be just regular idols, whether they be actual celebrities. Let me know, and sorry about my phone. And until next time, bye guys.